Welcome back, MTG Burgeoning community. Welcome back, YouTube viewing audience. If you are still part of the latter and haven't joined the former, click that subscribe button now. In so doing, you become eligible for so many of this channel's sweet rewards. It is Sunday, so you know what that means, folks. It's Sunday PHONday, and today we are going to continue our Morophon the Boundless budget sliver build. Welcome back, Burgeonites. There he is, there she is, there it is, Morophon the Boundless. It is Sunday PHONday here at MTG Burgeoning, and today we are going to continue our deck building series of budget slivers with Morophon the Boundless as our general commander. If you missed any of the previous iterations of this series, you can click on the links below to bring you up to speed. So, with Morophon as our general, let's quickly rehash the 25 budget slivers, each of which are under $1, that made it into this initial build. These are the slivers that are already included, and we're going to go through them very quickly. Again, you can click on the links below for any detailed information about how they made the list, or you can check out the tappedout.net page as well. So these are the 25 that have made the cut. Spectral Sliver, Cleaving Sliver, Predatory Sliver, Megantic Sliver, Sentinel Sliver, Shadow Sliver, Winged Sliver, Frenzy Sliver, Leeching Sliver, Belligerent Sliver, Heart Sliver, Virulent Sliver, Striking Sliver, Tempered Sliver, Quilled Sliver, Mnemonic Sliver, Basil Sliver, Dregscape Sliver, Hollowhead Sliver, Manaweft Sliver, Quick Sliver, Crypt Sliver, Spiteful Sliver, Acidic Sliver, and Lava Belly Sliver. Boy, that was a lot of slivers. That was saying the word sliver an awful lot. Makes me want to put together. I have no idea why this thought popped into my head, but during the time I was reading off those 25 slivers, I started thinking, boy, I want to build a changeling pirate sliver deck called Sliver Me Timbers. I don't know why, or I don't know how it formulated in my mind. It just did. So maybe that's something we can explore in the future, folks. A changeling sliver pirate deck with Morophon as the general called Sliver Me Timbers. That might gain some traction. We might see that sometime in the future. Okay. All right, so back to the business at hand. All right, today's installment is going to be pretty quick because we are just installing some mana fixing and mana ramp spells. Because we are a budget build in 5 colors, fixing the mana is going to be paramount because we got to keep our funds under budget. You know what I'm saying, folks? Because sometimes you could really go out on a limb and spend that green in order to fix up the mana in a 5-color build. So we got 10 spells that we're going to add here real quick, all of which are under $1. And here we go. So we're going to include the first 5 is going to be a pretty easy for us to talk about. And we're just going to include 1 copy each of the 5 enemy colored signets. Now, it was very surprising that the 5 enemy signets together were exactly half the cost of the 5 allied colored signets. That's right, folks. So these 5 signets were a little over $2 total. The 5 allied colored signets are over $4. Strange, right? I would think that the enemy colored signets would be a lot more pricey than the allied, but that was not the case. So we are going to include 1 copy each of the Golgari, Simic, Izzet, Boros, and Orzhov signets as a way in which to have mana ramp and a way in which to smooth out the colors of our mana. So with those 5 mana rocks in place, we're also going to throw in 1 copy of Kodama's Reach. Everyone that plays green should know what this spell is. 2 and a green, search our library for 2 basics. Reveal them, 1 goes into play tapped, and 1 goes into our hand. That's Kodama's Reach, and the spell was so good, they made a second one of it called Cultivate. It's exactly the same thing as Kodama's Reach, so if Kodama's Reach is good enough to include and is under $1, so is Cultivate. And Rampant Growth, that's going in there as well. 1 and a green, you search our library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield tapped. So that's a way to fix our mana, smooth it out. Now here is a surprise, folks. At the time of this video's recording, this card is under $1. It's right up against it. I believe it was 96, 98 cents, something like that. But you know what? It wasn't 100 cents, and it wasn't more than 100 cents. So we are including 1 copy of Expedition Map. That's right, folks. Expedition Map is under $1. 1 to cast, tap 2, tap it, sacrifice it, search our library for a land card. Notice the text. It does not say a basic land, just a land card. Reveal it, put it into our hand, shuffle up our library. Expedition Map is going to be used primarily to fetch out a command tower, a path to ancestry, any of the lands that we can include that help smooth out our mana. That is the number 9 spell. And lastly, spell number 10 for this budget build. We're going to throw in a copy of Commander Sphere. Of all the 3 casting cost mana rocks that are under $1, Commander Sphere is probably the best one that we can add. It gives us 1 mana of any color of our commander's color identity, which for the purposes of this Morophon the Boundless build gives us 1 mana of any color, and then we can sack Commander Sphere to draw a card. And it is cheap, so that's why Commander Sphere is going to be included as card number 10 in this build. And that is our mana ramp and our mana fixing, folks. 10 spells in. That brings our total number of spells to 35. Next up on the docket, let's start talking about some removal. Let's leave some suggestions for some budget removal spells, both spot and global, that can help slow down our opponents and prevent them from doing the things, like trying to win. How dare them. Leave some suggestions in the comment section below or over at the tappedout.net page. This is Sunday PHONday, and we are building an EDH commander deck of budget slivers. Go forth and enjoy this day.